Let's talk now about the Canyon School District Tools for Planning and Implementation. So what will it take for you to put all of these components together to make a really good product and have good instruction for your students? Your first roadmap is that curriculum map. So here if you were to click here on the instructional guide, you would see this that would pop up, and you click on Elementary Instructional Guides. The curriculum map has been changed from curriculum map to instructional guide. So what's the difference between a curriculum map and an instructional guide? A curriculum map has a scope and sequence, pacing, and includes the standards. These three pieces you will get today in your Canvas course, or when you get there, but we'll be showing them to you. An instructional guide has those three things as well, but also has routines like the close reading routine, the think, discuss, read, write, share routine, how to access text, how to read a decodable, how to do spelling. It also would have best practices like our scaffolding, our instructional priorities, how to scaffold, how to do PBIS. It has systems and frameworks like what is the framework for Canyon School District. It also has what is the assessment framework and what are those pieces that you would put together to make a great assessment system. What also would you expect on your report card, and what does standards-based grading look like? All of those components are contained in the instructional guide, therefore making the instructional guide something larger than a curriculum map. So you'll see that big change this year. So let's talk then about what are those components. Your first component is your literacy block. Both 4th and 5th grade have the same literacy block. So you'll see 4th grades here that you can click on, and you will also see 5th grades that you can also click on. So you will notice that these two literacy blocks are identical. So let's look at the 4th grade one. Here you see foundations, and that you'll be doing that between 15 to 20 minutes every day. We recommend around 15 minutes. There will be some days where you will have things that are shorter, and there will be two components that you'll be marrying together. One will be this idea of the multisyllabic routine cards. These are routines and ways of decoding large multisyllabic words that you will give kids. They're tools for them, and then they'll be using that within their Wonders phonics and word study, any expanded vocabulary, and the spelling lessons that you'll be doing with students. So this tool to use with Wonders components. Then you will also have about 60 minutes where you are really working with close reading, and you have the interactive read aloud, those 4 pieces of text to work with vocabulary and close reading. You'll see this also, this little dotted line. This is to show you that you also have time for writing, another 35 to 45 minutes, where you're working in some components of Wonders, the Reading Writing Companion, which has embedded writing with these 4 pieces of text. But also there are extended writing projects. There's a grammar lesson bank, and there is handwriting that can be used to teach and reinforce cursive. You'll also have that 30 to 45 minutes working in small groups with Wonders leveled readers like you've had before. You will also have the 95% phonics lesson library like your schools have now, and any early literacy software. So go now to your Learning Task Notebook, look at your literacy block, and which components of foundations are being taught with 95% multisyllabic routine cards, and which are being taught with the Wonders materials. Go ahead and pause this video and come back when you're ready to begin again. Let's look now at the year at a glance. Here you see the 4th grade year at a glance, and here you see the 5th grade year at a glance. If you were to click on this link here, you'd be able to see your grade levels year at a glance. Let's look here at the 5th grade this time. Here we have our 6 units. You have your suggested pacing. It goes from August 15th to September 26th, and then September 27 to November 10, and so on. Here we have the phonics and spelling. This is all contained within Wonders. Here you have the language comprehension, which is that close reading routine. All these standards are being done with every piece of text. So you are working with the gist of the story, or what does the text say, being able to ask and answer questions, retell the story. With standards 1 through 3, with standards 4 through 6, you're looking at vocabulary, word usage, how the author's point of view is influencing the reader. In standards 7 through 9, you're really taking a look at what does the text inspire me to do, what opinions and arguments might be represented in the text, what kinds of features in the text help me to be able to integrate knowledge and ideas that I already have, and those pieces are being brought together in every piece of text within the Wonders program. This is what makes it so powerful. You see then the writing focus for each unit, what students will be able to do there. You see a key language use that also goes with that. And then you see your district-wide standards-based assessment, which also has it outlined of what kind of assessment and what the window is for you at that time. In 4th grade, you would see that same idea spread out, what the pacing is, and what ideas are being put forth with the phonics and spelling. Your language comprehension looks the same. What your argument would be, etc., and those pieces that are here in this document. Here we have the 10-day plan. So take all of those ideas out of the unit plan and now put them, what is it going to look like over that 10-day teaching sequence? So here you have the example of the 4th grade if you click here. Here you have the example of the 5th grade if you click here. And let's look at the 5th grade. So we would have the multi-syllable routine cards where we're teaching spelling on the first day. Then on lesson 2, we are teaching the MSRC and which is the multi-syllable routine cards. And then we're having the phonics and word analysis from Wonders. We are then doing some spelling pieces with the MSRC, more spelling, and then we would cycle to lesson 6 here, where then we have some more things within Wonders to help us. In lesson 8, a few more things within Wonders, and then lesson 9 and lesson 10. So here are all of those components that you are working with. If you're working in reading, writing, and language, which are the Wonders components with the 4 pieces of text, here you see that you're working with the shared read for 2 days, the anchor text for the 4 days, and you are reading, and then rereading, and then reading the paired selection, rereading the paired selection, and then working with how do you show your knowledge and finishing up your 10-day sequence. And these 2 days are quite a bit more flexible than the other 8. So even though you have a week of flexibility, you also have 2 days within each unit that's a little more flexible as well. This will help you with your extended writing projects that you see represented right here, where you can really help kids with looking at rubrics and analyzing what they need for each text. 4th grade has the same things that are going on here. And so it looks the very same as the 5th grade. And you'll see that represented. So I want you to go into your learning task notebook now and use that 10-day plan that we just looked at and the 4 piece of text sets. So those are the sets that we are implementing for the year. Identify which days the texts appear in the 10-day cycle. So year 1, we're implementing the 4 pieces of text. And when does the text appear in the 10-day cycle? You're going to use this sentence frame. The blank text is used during days blank. So the interactive read aloud is used during day blank. That's how you would do your task. And then you do that with shared read, anchor text, and paired read. So go ahead and into your learning task notebook and finish that up, and then you can move on to the next part in your course.